Welcome everybody to this new tutorial. So previously, some days ago, I did a video on build a secure auth service using Spring Boot and Spring Security. And so I got a comment from Bedodoru who asked if I can do a video about live coding of this service to just show from scratch or from grounds up how we develop the service. So I decided to make this brand new video, build this service from grounds up, from scratch. So come with me as we do this. Yeah, so I'll open my Spring Initializer to Spring Init. So I'll open my Spring Initializer to just spin up this auth service. So in here I can pick whichever version of Spring Boot that I want. So the project will be compiled by Maven, and then I'll use Java as a language. I'll pick Spring Boot. I think I've shown this on previous tutorials. Then in here I'll just say out let's say full stack forge, and then say this is the auth service demo, something like that, and then I'll say demo auth project Spring Boot. So you can just put any of your details that you want to put here, and then here packaging I'll leave it as jar, and then property file you can use properties.application.properties or use a YAML. I like to use YAML, and then Java version you can pick either 1721, whichever that you have it installed in your machine. And then once you're done with that, the next item will be to add some few dependencies. So the first one is Spring Web. I'll do this because I want to create a RESTful APIs for the login, sign up, and profile view. Then the next I'll need the Spring Security to just, this one was here, and then I'll add Spring Security just to help me now do the authorization part, or rather the token part. This basically enables me to secure my API. And then I'll pick Lombok just to enable me do some annotations, like if I want to do constructors, getters, and setters, I'll just easily use Lombok for that. Which other one do I need? Yeah, I think we're good up to there. Yes, so let us confirm from our article what we need. So we just need Spring Security, Spring Web. We need also the PostgreSQL. So we can just add this. This will help us to connect to Postgres. So if you're using MySQL also, there's a MySQL driver that you need to put so that your app can communicate to your database. So this is it. If you explore, you'll see these are now our current POM file, though they are the JWT dependencies that will add on these later on. But for now, I just want to download these and open it in my IDE for me to continue programming. So this is here. Once you click on generate, it will generate for you a file here. So you just open this file. You open this file here, and then you unzip it. So once you unzip it, then you can be able to open it in your preferred IDE. So this one is on download, so I'll just open it on my IntelliJ IDE. Then I'll arrange by date modified, and then I'll open this demo. So here we go. This is my app. I'll make this IDE a bit larger. Yeah, so that's it. So we have this here. So I'll have my project here. I'll load Maven in here, and then I can still say this is the main folder. So this is the folder structure of my project. So I'll just have this Spring Boot application, and then once Maven loads all my dependency resolved, then you can continue from there. So I have also created an article on the same on LinkedIn. I'll share the link on the description of this video where we are building these from grounds up. Yeah, so these microservices will be basic microservices that will do the following. So we'll have an endpoint for signing up where we'll register a user, and then we'll have another one for login where we'll request a token by entering the user credentials. Then we'll have a user/me, which will give us the user details, and also we'll have one for profile, which will give us the user profiles. And then this one will just be able to now generate retrieve the users from the services. So the prerequisite for this, you'll need at least JDK 11 and above, Maven 3.8, and then for Postgres or MySQL you can use either of the two. And this one I prefer you installing Docker on your machine and then just using a Docker image to launch this app. So I'll be using Postgres on Docker, and then you'll need a client, HTTP client, that's either Postman, Bruno, Insomnia, API Dog, Carl, and whichever other option that you're having. And also, but for this I'll share a Carl and also a screenshot of the Insomnia. And so that's all we need to start doing our thing. So this Docker image here, Docker Composer YAML, you can use this one to launch your Docker Postgres image. This one I launched, and then remember to put the username and the password that you'll be using, plus the database name that you'll be using within this service. So those are the initial prerequisites that we need for this. So in here for me, I have this file. I've just launched it on using this Docker Compose. So we'll just create this file as docker.yaml. So let's try to do this quickly just to show you what you need to do. So we can spin up a Docker Postgres version. So in here I have my Docker installed, and then I'll now pick this script from here to here. You can even create one for MySQL if you don't really need the Postgres one. So I'll open my terminal here, then just go to make a directory and say docker sandbox. Then in here I'll just say docker sandbox. Then in here, so what I want to create here is a docker compose file .yaml file that will enable me to launch my Postgres database. Docker compose.yaml. So I'll use Vim to paste this. So I'll copy what you're having in here, and then I'll paste it in here. Just paste in here. Yeah. So this one will create. It will use the Postgres 16 image, and then it will create a container with the name dev Postgres, and then it will expose the various ports. So this is 5432 on my local machine, vis-a-vis that on Docker, and then it will create a Postgres user with this password, and then a database of called master DB on the same. So I'll save this. Then in here I can just now say Docker, because now here I have this file. So I'll just say Docker compose, and then up, and run minimize. So this one should be able to create, is already in use, so I can change the container name. So I'll just say Docker compose, and then this one I can say this is YouTube Postgres, for example. I can say or I can say full stack forge Postgres, and then that's it. So I'll just save that, then try to spin it up again. Yeah, so this is okay. So we have this container full stack blah 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 started. So I can go back to my Docker, and hopefully I'll find it created in here. I'll have here. So this is Docker sandbox, and then you'll have full Docker Postgres. So this is how you spin up Docker. And so if we open this in a client machine, or rather in dbeaver or in pgadmin, you should be able to connect to this server using this particular database that we this particular user and database and password that we set on our configuration file. Yeah, so that's it. We have spinned up our Docker Postgres. So the next level now is to start now creating our authentication service. And in here, so this is how the structure of the JWT token will be. When you go to jwt.io, you can decrypt it and see all the details that it has. So in here, we now need to set up our Spring Boot application, and let's do that in the next tutorial.